What's up, guys? Keith Lightning here. Today I want to answer the question of what if I think I'm gay? So I work with a lot of men who are either confused or questioning their sexuality later in life. So some of us figure it out, when we're going through puberty and as a teenager or in college, which is more the natural timeline. God bless you if you figured it out then. Some of us don't. Some of us don't figure it out until later, and we have this awakening. So it's for me, it was a very spiritual awakening. A lot of men I work with, they feel it's a very spiritual, deeper awakening for them. That's very much tied to their curiosity about their feelings towards men. So here's what I want to say. First, I want to give you just a brief background of my story so you understand where I'm coming from and my experience. So for the first 32 years of my life, I identified as heterosexual. I'm 37 now. I was married to a woman for 5 years. And sometime through that marriage, I started to question my sexuality. I started to really realize that I had strong attraction to men. And I follow a shamanic path. This means I work in altered states of consciousness. And I work with the ancient healing traditions that come from the Peruvian Andes Mountains. I've studied with shamans for the past 8 years. So that's a very, very strong path for me that's helped me really reclaim lost powers that were taken from me. So anyway, in one of these healing ceremonies with my shaman, I was in an altered state. And the understanding of who I had presented to the world was dissolved. And I came in direct contact with my core essence. Maybe call it your soul or your spirit or your core vibration, just the truth of who you are without all the masks and personalities we create in order to survive. And I saw and realized that I am, and I always have been, a gay man. Now, people say, well, it's about sexuality, or how did you... For me, gay is about my spirit, it's about my soul. It's about my personality, how I express, and a whole menu of gifts is really about how I interact with the world, and just there's a different core vibration of who I am. My attraction to men is a significant part of it, but for me it's about my spirituality, it's about my capacity to love, it's about my masculine and feminine sides, which if you know anything about two spirits, this is really connected to the native North American tradition. There were many tribes that had a framework for understanding of those like us. So anyway, getting a little ahead of myself. If you think that maybe you're gay, if you think that maybe you're bisexual, if you're an adult, it means you've kind of went through, if you're maybe over like 22, 23, and you're having these questions now later in life, it can be really terrifying. The journey to your authentic sexuality, and what my vision for everyone that I work with, all men, is really to understand and discover their authentic sexuality, whatever that may be. Gay, bi, pansexual, whatever, queer, whatever that is. I have my own authentic sexuality, which has shifted over the years. And it was through the journey of discovery, through feeling myself with other people, through being with women, through being with men, through being with myself, through a lot of meditation, through a lot of retreats, through a lot of trips to Peru, working a lot with my shaman. I was able to come home and really come home to my authentic sexuality. So if you're questioning, the first thing I would say is don't panic. People feel like there's this need to do something about it. And what I think is the most important thing is to have a system of support that knows you're on this journey of discovery. So if you're with a girlfriend or wife, first things first, honesty, integrity. Like, you need to be open with this person. And the truth is, if you're with a woman, she's got intuition anyway, and she knows. Like my wife that I was married to, she knew actually on our first date what she was getting herself into. It didn't make anything easier, but the truth is we loved each other, and it was the most profound falling in love experience that I've had in my life. I don't know if I ever have one like that again. And it was very precious. So love can absolutely exist. If you are attracted to women, you feel good with women, it doesn't mean you are not gay, or that you are gay, or because I fall in love with women every single day. I love women to death. But what I've come home to realize is that my truth is with a man. There's just something there that's special for me that's not with a woman. So a system of support, like at least have one or two people you can confide in. That's a friend, not a counselor. You do need that too. You need a mentor or guide, but to have close friends or partners that you can share your feelings with. Because underlying all of this is shame. And shame is a binder of rage and grief and pain and all these things. And the tendency is to hide. So what we want to do is we want to break that pattern of hiding right away. We need to be able to share. So have a system of support, someone that's a close friend, and then get a guide. You know, psychotherapy is really powerful. Find a psychotherapist maybe that specializes in sexuality. That's what I did for many years. There's a lot of coaches that specialize in sexuality, such as myself. I do sexuality coaching through a modality called awakening coaching. It's really just bridging spirituality with modern life coaching. So, and there are other guides, there's other support groups that you can look into. Really just find someone that you feel you have trust with. Someone who's been on the journey, not just someone trained as a psychotherapist and has a certification. You want to find someone who knows the territory. So that's what I would say really is having that system of support. And develop a strong personal practice. So the second thing I would say is you need a personal practice in which you discover and explore these feelings. So this could be partly in meditation. This could be take yourself to Burning Man, take yourself to a festival, take yourself somewhere where you can safely explore these parts of yourself. Doesn't even mean having sex. Like when these feelings were first coming out, there was a reaction where I directly engaged in sex, and looking back on it was really gross and really dirty and would never do that again. But really explore yourself. Go dancing, feel yourself in your body, feel yourself moving with parts of yourself that are new. And just allow the feelings to be there. Just allow yourself to fantasize. The fantasy is really important. It's important, I suggest not acting on anything in the beginning. Is allow yourself to have the fantasy in your bedroom where you're dancing on the dance floor. Just feel what it feels like in your body, you know? And those are the first steps that you can take, is that system of support, and have a practice. So what you're doing is in the world of shamanism or in the world of tantra, we call it, you're creating a container that allows you to experiment. That allows you to experiment with your feelings and test that and say, I tried that chocolate cake and it was awesome and I want that again. I tried that strawberry cake and that is not for me, I don't want that again. But really by allowing ourselves to have the fantasy and by moving with energy in our body, we can discover so much about ourselves. And intentional, mindful masturbation. So if you don't already explore your body in a way that's sacred, like setting up candles, setting up a room and taking a bath, if you don't do this, you're missing out on an opportunity to really understand your sexuality on levels that you don't even know. So that I really strongly suggest incorporating into your personal practice. And if you want support in any of this, you can absolutely message me. This is my passion. I love supporting men through this journey of discovering their authentic sexuality. So that's all for today. And remember, go slow and be on the journey, because finding your authentic sexuality, it may take you years. You may have a feeling of what it is now and it may terrify you, but it's a journey. And don't let anyone take the joy and the satisfaction of discovering on your own away from you. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. Don't let anyone tell you what your truth is. So I love you, and message me if you want any support. And stay tuned for more videos.